Well, good evening, guys. This is Tommy, and this is Vlogmas 5, I believe it is. Yeah. And I'm not sure what happened to my countdown timer, but it looked like it started over again for some reason, and I don't know why. But hey, it's live, and that's screw up number 1, I guess. So anyway, this is going to be kind of a quickie. It's Sunday night. It's been a really crazy weekend. Yesterday when I came to you, I was at halftime of the Alabama-Georgia game, SEC SEC championship, and I was not real optimistic. But Alabama, as they have done in the past and certainly the week before against Auburn, came back and just gave Georgia Bulldogs a butt whipping. So anyway, now we will be playing Cincinnati in the semifinals for the national championship. So we're real excited about that. You have to remember that Alabama and Auburn, for that matter, are both in the state of Alabama. And Alabama, let's just put it this way: Bear Bryant, when he was head coach at Alabama years ago, made a valiant effort not to let professional football take hold in the state, with the fear that it would liquidate the fan base from the colleges to the professional level. And so Birmingham, there's no professional football teams. We've had some minor, startups here, and have had relatively good participation. But the alliance, or the it's not the right word I'm looking for, the allegiance that our fan base have to both schools, Auburn and Alabama, is actually incredible. And I know I've traveled to cities like San Francisco and Boston, and you see New England fan base being what they are, and Dallas Cowboys, and I take nothing away from that. But in this state where there's basically 3 million people, it's not a big population. Our craziness goes for that college team, whether it be Auburn or Alabama. I know DJ Strick is a big Auburn fan here on our live stream community, and he knows, and I know that I'm a big Alabama fan, so we have a little fun with that. So anyway, this being a Sunday night, I'm going to make this kind of quick because I wanted to share something with you that I've been kind of struggling with. I just purchased about 4 days ago, or got it 4 days ago, this little goodie. This is the Crane M3 and ZV-E10. Is that the right way to say it? Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's a very cool little gimbal, and I'm still learning how to use it. I finally figured out how to balance the son of a gun. That was a bit of a lesson, but I'm really looking forward to shooting some video footage with this thing, and hopefully, I know some of you guys have been talking about it. There is one disappointment here, though, that I will share with you, and that's this. I was struggling trying to get the start and stop buttons and the camera control working on my ZV-E10, and I struggled with it and could not figure out why I could not get it to work. The camera will work, and actually the good news is the camera will charge off of the battery in the M3, so you get a little bit longer battery with the EV10. But the disappointing thing is you cannot stop and start this camera using the buttons on the back that you can with other camera models. In fact, I have a 6600 Sony that I put on yesterday, and it works perfectly and controls the stop and start of not only the still photos taken, but also the video. But the EV10 will not do that, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And finally, I wrote to the ZV-E10 customer service, and this is what I got back. And if you can see from the highlighted area in red, she gave me a list of compatible cameras, and the ZV-E10 is not supported at the present time due to, I guess, some kind of software, hardware issue. I'm not sure. But the stop and start process of the EV10 has to be done manually on, the back of the camera, and on the front of the top of the camera, the shutter release, in order to start the video, as opposed to starting and stopping it with the controller on the M3 gimbal itself. So that's a little disappointing, but I tell you what, I put the 6600 on there and it worked perfect. But the 6600 is so much heavier than the EV10. I thought, you know what? I'm not so sure that process of stop and starting is not outweighed by the fact that the EV10 is so light on this thing, and the gimbal itself is light. So I guess with about maybe 3 or 4 pounds together, whereas the 6600 adds a lot of weight. And to be able to push that button to stop and start the video or to take the still images, to me, I'm going to keep the EV10 on there. Right now, this is the Sigma 1.4 30mm, which is a lens I use to shoot a lot with, and got it, balanced perfectly. It will be, I think, a lot of fun. So anyway, for those of you who are considering the Crane MV3 and considering using the EV10 on it, you may want to remember this little video, just that you've been watching the video, and save yourself the frustration that I've been going through trying to get it to work and trying to figure out what exactly the magic formula is. It just is not supported by the gimbal and the EV10 at this point. But that's only for the initiation and stopping of the video using those controllers there. Otherwise, the joystick still works, does everything it's supposed to do, but that one little feature is not supported. So, or you can put the 66 or 6100. The ZV-1 is actually supported, which is a bit of a surprise, but the EV-10 is not. So I'm hoping there'll be some type of hardware upgrade to that in the near future that will enable us to do that. So that being said, I hope you guys have a great evening. Alex, I hope you have a great Monday morning if you're watching this. And anyway, that's it for me. Hope you guys have a great evening, as I said, and just bear with me here. We're live and we're gone. So you take care. Bye-bye.